Welcome to another episode of Always Bet on the House. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Chrishena Stanley, broker owner of STK Property Group. And I am so excited to be here with the gorgeous and extremely savvy Stefania, who is the owner of Levittown Investments. She's not only an investor, but she's also property manager and realtor. And she's just a person of many trades. And her real estate career spans from Italy all the way to Mexico and here in Nevada. So I'm so excited to have you here and hear your perspective on real estate. But before we get into your story, let's hear why we should always bet on this house.
Well, welcome to Prosperity Palace. We need to bet on this house because, I mean, first of all, look at it. It's totally a palace. It's absolutely incredible. And it's just, to me, one of these old school, beautiful style Las Vegas looking homes, even though it is very fairly new. But we have just shy of 17,000 square feet in this house. It is absolutely enormous. Just this, the primary bedroom alone is 3,000 square feet. So I can't even imagine. So I would bet on this house just for that master bedroom.
I agree. That's like a house within just the primary itself. Right? So that's amazing. And the lot size is incredible. How big is this lot?
It's about 64,000 square feet.
That's so incredible.
Yeah, right. They actually have a lot right outside that somehow they decided to put some little skate park in it. And this is how it was bought.
It's so
cool. But you could actually put an 8,000 square foot casita in the backyard of this house.
8,000 square feet.
Imagine.
That's how huge it is. It's amazing. And then what's so great about it is that we're right here, Spring Valley, Section 10 area. So even though it's very residential, we're extremely close to shopping, restaurants. Tell us about that. Like lifestyle wise, you're really in the heart of everything still.
Absolutely. So we're actually right off of pretty much West Tropicana. So 215 Tropicana, you go down, you're in the middle pretty much of Summerlin and Southwest. So you have absolutely everything. I mean, you can turn the corner down here and essentially see the Strip. It's just a quiet residential neighborhood here, so you're not even in the hustle and bustle of the town. It's just a gem of a place, honestly.
Really is.
So
you get the best of all worlds. So you can be very quiet and residential, if that means something to you, because a lot of people have families and they want, when they come home, they want to feel like they're tucked away and they have their privacy. Exactly. But if you want to get out and socialize, you're literally just a skip and a hop from downtown Summerlin or the Strip. I mean, it's all relatively close.
Exactly. Either that or everybody just comes here. I mean, there's room for everybody.
When you got 17,000 square feet, I mean, seriously.
Imagine the party.
Yeah.
You know? And
I think that's what we should do next. We should throw a party.
I agree. And let me tell you, they do some really great parties in here because this house is actually owned by Marshall Silver. So he's a very, very well-renowned hypnotist.
Isn't that great?
He's incredibly awesome. He's just such a magnificent person. Him and his family, his whole family his kids were actually birthed in the home as well.
Amazing.
So imagine just what a beautiful, beautiful thing this is.
I noticed when I first came in here, even though the home is massive, it's got a very warm feeling and it's got just a very peaceful, tranquil feeling. Yeah. And I think that energy is reflection of the owners. You know, I agree. You know, can tell when the energy is just so great and light and peaceful. So this home, I would bet on this house.
I would too.
Sure.
My gosh.
I love it. Yes. Totally bet on this house. Let's see if they'll let us stay for a week.
I know, right?
So we can like really talk about how it feels to live in the house.
Maybe we were saying earlier, a nice Airbnb. I mean, we can do 1,000 square foot Airbnb in every 1,000 square foot of this home.
Right.
Why not?
It is so gorgeous. And then outside you've got tennis court. Basketball court. Gorgeous pool, grotto. It's like, it's really just absolutely beautiful.
It's a palace.
Yes.
It's a palace. It's your own baby palace.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, I want to start hypnotizing people so I can afford this home.
Yeah, this is true too.
What is it listed for? So the viewers know.
Yes, this is actually a $7 million home.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Worth
and it's well
penny.
worth it. It really is. It really is, because the space is incredible. The lot size to be in the city is just absolutely incredible. 1.5 acres. It's like, it's
especially
very
here
rare.
In this area of town and everything. It's just magnificent.
And now with land prices being so high, you rarely find this great lot size.
Very true.
Because now everything being built are like these mansions on these tiny lots because land values are really, I mean, it's just a matter of, it's not cost effective to have a ton of land. You know, you have to get into the $7-10 million range.
Exactly.
So this is a great opportunity for someone to have like just you know, their own backyard oasis, their own private wonderland. I mean, it's gorgeous. It could be so many things.
I agree.
You know?
And honestly, if you don't like, let's say, the new buyer, the coloring of it, I mean, that's something super easy, because in the end, the bones are so fantastic. There's no creases in the walls, no scratches in the baseboard. I mean, they've taken care of this house so wonderfully that if you wanted to make it your own, it's going to be
cosmetic.
It's going to be so much easier than really building on top of land another brand new custom home.
You're absolutely right.
No permits.
Yes, and all that. You're right. I mean, anything that you'd want to do if you just want to make it, you know, your personal taste, it really is cosmetic, because the home is so well maintained and so well taken care of.
I agree. And then actually I found out that they spent about $250,000 extra on making the whole entire home a smart system.
I love it.
Yep. So
I love it.
Luckily,
so it's a smart home.
Exactly. And that's what people want nowadays.
Right.
If they can't get brand new,
they love it. Because if you travel quite a bit, it's nice to know that you can control the security, you control the temperature, you can control so much from your iPad, the music, everything. So, you know, you don't all necessarily have to be in your home to be able to operate your home.
Exactly.
So $250,000, I think, would make this home very smart.
I agree. It did well. It did well.
Exactly. That's like 1 year of college now with university costs. So that's awesome.
We gotta do some more hypnotizing.
Right, exactly. I love it.
That'll be another day.
I love it. So tell us about yourself, Stefania, because you are, I mean, it's fascinating. I mean, you've lived in so many different places. You're actually baptized by the Pope in the Vatican. Like, I mean, seriously.
Yep,
so
I know.
In Italy, I love it.
Yes, so I am originally from Italy. I am from Rome. That is where I was baptized. So that's how Italian I am. So a lot of people, and yes, I speak Italian as well. A true Italian. Whole family from Rome. But we've actually lived in Los Angeles as well for a very long time. But we've actually all been in Las Vegas now for about 26 years. I've been back and forth between Italy and Las Vegas. But yeah, so I've always been in real estate since I was a kid. I remember my dad as a child, he came to me and he was like, "Hey, Steph, you can either have this much allowance or you can go get a job." And I was like, ugh, what am I gonna do with this? I'm gonna get a job.
Good for you.
So exactly, I'm like, I don't want your peanuts. I'm gonna make my own money. So I did. So when I was 13, I worked with him in his restaurants. And then at 15, I ended up deciding, I was like, I'm going to work. And from there, honestly, my dad is so wonderful. He has always taught us the value of money, and he's always taught us the value of saving, things like that. And so I got very fortunate that every job that I did end up having, I saved all my money. And once I saved all my money, I was like, well, what am I gonna do with it? Real estate, you invest it. And so that's what I've always learned at such a young age. So like I was saying even before, I mean, now it's to a point where it's so wonderful. I have this beautiful company, Nevacal. We have about 14 properties that we have.
That is amazing.
I buy, sell, renovate, flip, property manage, all of them. And people will ask me, well, why do you still work? And I'm like, well, because
I don't want to sit at home.
I don't want to sit at home and wait for your toilet to go out. You know, I want to do something. And so I actually am a saleswoman by trade. So I do events, I do beverage sales, I do property management sales, real estate sales.
I love it. And
so
it all
kinds of
translates
things.
Too, because I mean, sales are sales. I mean, in real estate, you're really selling a lifestyle and experience, and, you know, kind of finding, you know, a home that best suits your client's lifestyle. But with event planning, it's the same thing. Like you said, you're creating this whole experience to make their lives better and to make their lives more magical and fortunate.
We want to make dreams come true.
Right, exactly. Absolutely. That's the goal. That's the goal. And that's why you have your clients for so long and you've been in the business for so long, because you do actually care about the people that you work with, which I think is so important. See, I love it. And you can tell how genuine you are.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I love it. So, and this is, you know, I really enjoy speaking with you because it gives people a different perspective, because, you know, being in the real estate industry is not just about, you know, representing buyers and sellers. You could come in like you have an investment portfolio. So that is a different angle, and it's great because in addition to working with buyers and sellers, you have this passive income, well, relatively passive income. You know, you still have to deal with every once in a while.
And then your mortgage.
But exactly. But that is growing in value, and then you have these great, but I'm sure you have to tell us at least one good tenant story, because I know dealing with tenants can be challenging.
Okay.
So give us a good one.
Oh, mamma mia. There are some that I've been through the ringer with my residents, that's for sure. Not the current ones. Thankfully, everybody that I have right now is wonderful and everything's good. But, oh my gosh, if I can tell you a horror story, this is a good one, I guess. So I'll tell you two of them because they're kind of almost the same.
Okay.
So I had one lady who she was also a mother of a very famous human. We're gonna keep that human on the DL.
Okay.
But I was just shocked because one day she just comes over to me and she's like, you know what, Stefania? I think I've paid you enough rent for a year. I'm done.
And this is the mother of a very successful person.
Very successful person. And I was just like, I'm so sorry.
I don't understand.
I don't understand. Why? And that's how it was. So I had to do this whole eviction thing. Like, I ended up seeing her carpet turning from white to black. And she was like, well, this isn't my carpet.
Yeah, but you're like, you still have to maintain
I'm like,
it.
Yeah, but how did it even get like this?
Right.
Like, what are you doing
What are you
in
doing
here?
in here? Right. That's the question.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, whatever. So you got to go and pick that battle too and conquer that one. But then, let's say I even had another one. This one was crazy. So this one, I had a tenant that they ended up deciding to bust all of the walls, and they decided to add everybody that did not have a home inside of this home and build a payphone right in the center. So imagine, it was like a little halfway house. And so I just started to realize all of these random people coming in. The neighbors are like, Stefa, what's happening?
Like, what is going on
I'm like,
here?
I don't know, let me go see. I open the door and I see everything literally just busted out.
Right.
And a payphone in the middle.
You're like, what the heck?
And then I'm like, can I grab the quarters at least?
Right, hello,
Can I
get something out of this?
I couldn't believe it. Segue to another lady. She was just like, you know what? I'm done paying you rent. I don't really care what happens to this home. I came back to it, busted the windows of my house, put a cement truck in the backyard, covered the whole thing in cement. I'm telling you.
I love that people think that that's a thing. Like, I think I've paid enough. Like, try that with the energy company. Like, I think I paid enough. So you mean you're moving out? No, I think I paid enough. I want to stay. I just don't want to pay.
Right?
Like, is that a thing?
I couldn't tell you, girl. I couldn't tell you. I mean,
I want to wake up and feel totally not responsible for my life.
Me too. Go say that to Republic Trash.
Right, exactly.
The only trash company in Vegas.
Really? Okay, yeah. Well, how do you like trash piling up in front of your house? How do you like that?
Exactly. So these have been experiences that I have learned.
I love it. But you know what's so nice is that people do have to be aware, because it's still worth it. It's still worth it to have the portfolio, and it's still worth it to be in the business. But people have to be aware it's good, bad, and the ugly. It's not always just going to be, you vet these people and you get great people, because sometimes people put on a really good front and on paper they look fantastic. Right. And then their mentality is totally crazy.
Yep. And then you get in there and then you're like, wait a minute.
What in the world? Like, what in the world are you doing in here?
Different.
Right, yeah. Not what I expected.
Yep. But it's been a lot of years. And imagine, since I was a kid, I would just follow my dad, and I would be like, Papa, I don't know about these people. Like, this doesn't sound right. And I was always right. Right.
See, trust your See, in life, we always have to trust our intuition, trust our instincts, because usually it's dead spot on.
Oh, yeah.
So if something's saying, oh, no, that's not right.
Exactly.
It's not right.
And then when you don't listen to me.
Right. And things go wrong. Well, then you can say, I told you so.
Exactly. Then I'm like Kermit the Frog. I'm like, well, that's none of my business anymore.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
So, but I have learned through the years, and now I take my time with it.
Right.
You know, I don't mind having a home that just sits there for a little while.
Before you get a person that you really, and that's key. So don't be in a rush just to see the dollars.
Exactly. It's not always about money. You have to deal with people. You have to deal with other people's lives, livelihoods, your own. So it's not just about money. Because then imagine that tenant one day, or that resident, is going to pay you rent for a few years, like I have now. Right. And they're going to be buyers now.
Right.
You know?
And
so you just never know what's going to happen.
Right.
And Vegas too. Vegas is this big. So
right. And it's all about relationships.
Exactly. You want to do good, and I try to do that for everybody. So
do unto others how you'd want done unto yourself.
Exactly.
Because you don't want a reputation of just like, you know, trying to make a fast buck or not.
Exactly.
I mean, in life, it really does. It's about community. And if we treat each other well, then we can have long careers.
Exactly.
You know, it's about longevity and community.
Yeah.
I love that.
I
love that.
I love this
and
industry.
I think that's so fortunate that you had, you know, you've been around the world of real estate for so long that you've really gotten a chance to, you know, like go through the growing pains a lot sooner than a lot of people.
Yeah, very true.
Because there are, I mean, come on, there are growing pains in every career, but especially in this one.
Oh yeah.
Because we deal with a lot of people.
The curveballs are out of control. You think one thing and then something totally different happens, but that's what I love because that's how I am. I'm just out there. And you never know what's going to happen next.
Personality and energy. From the moment that we started talking, I was like, I absolutely love your energy and your person. It's infectious. You feel it. You feel and you feel how genuine your spirit is. So I absolutely love that. And that's why I'm very fortunate to sit with you. Thank you.
Me too. Me so much more fortunate.
No. Me.
This is just a beautiful new friendship and I'm so happy about it.
So now when you were in Italy and Mexico, did you have, well, I know you own real estate there. Did you sell real estate there as well?
Nope. So I'm from Italy, and actually what I did in Italy was I sang.
Oh, I love it.
Yep. So what I did there was my fun fact is I actually sang out there. So I was doing concerts, I was doing little television shows and things like that. I was writing music. I was doing a lot of music in the studios. And I was studying a lot when I was out there. So no, never really any real estate because then honestly, we decided a lot longer ago to actually invest closer to the United States because in the end, you're going to have to go back and forth all the time.
It's a lot. It's a very,
it is
and
it's just, I didn't really want to be back in Italy and I had to come back to Las Vegas for a reason. And so, so I sang instead.
I mean,
but
amazing. So business savvy, gorgeous, and absolutely talented. Like, I mean, you are the trifecta. Like, you got it. Like, you're fabulous. I love it. Will you sing for us?
Oh my gosh, maybe in a little bit.
Okay, maybe later.
Maybe later.
Do we have wine? No, I'm joking.
Jeeves. We have all these little butlers.
I know. Seriously. We mentioned earlier that you are the owner of Levittown Investments. Can you tell us a little bit about your investment company?
Yes, absolutely. So it's Levittown, so Nevada, California.
I love it.
So again, when I was a little kid, we lived in California in Los Angeles, and my father and our family had large apartment buildings that we ended up taking all of that out and transferring it all to Nevada one day, but we still kept everything over there as well. And we always had this big, beautiful tie between Nevada and California, as we do now.
Fabulous.
And so, one day we just decided to transfer everything. We moved here. We had a 21,000 square foot shopping center. And it was one of those moments where I started to really realize too, and I started to hear, these were, when it was time to actually sell, it was that moment where it was pretty much all the mom and pops were really going away. Everything started to become digital.
Okay.
Yeah, so all of these clothing stores, these shoe stores, everything became digital. So I sat there and I was like, well, what am I going to do with the shopping center?
Right.
So I'm like, let me go ahead and just sell it because at this point, everyone is always going to need a home.
Absolutely.
And so I decided to take all of that and just dump it all into residential.
So isn't that smart? You saw how things were transitioning and that most like mom and pops and smaller stores were going online and not really having a brick and mortar anymore.
Yeah.
So then you saw that as opportunity. See, that's so smart of you to be ahead of the curve.
Exactly. And like I am very fortunate that I have a real estate background and parents that are in that as well, because then I get to use my own intuition and see these things because they wanted to buy another and I'm like, absolutely not. No way.
That's not the time. That's
exactly.
Not the time.
So I'm like, all of these people are closing. It's a whole other world.
You saw the writing on the wall, which was so smart because it's true. So many smaller places have forfeited and they work out of their home.
Exactly. Exactly. And now no one even needs to pay rent for an office. You just deduct it even from your taxes at your own house.
Exactly.
So I'm like, what's the point of this? So I bought all different real estate. I got very lucky also. I was really smart with the crash in 2008.
Oh my God, yes. I wish I bought everything in that.
So I bought quite a few over there too. And then from there, we just flip and then resell. But what's great is that I take these properties and sometimes they're in up and coming areas right away.
Right.
I'll have them for a while. I'll flip them. I'll rent them out, things like that. And then I'll actually 1031 them sometimes for newer ones in newer areas. So now all of my properties are brand new.
Right.
I'm focusing now on my broker's license. So
I
this
love
way
it.
I can have
fabulous.
have everything under one roof.
Right, that's going to be incredible.
Yeah, just going to grow my Nevical. And right now, again, we have 14 properties so far. We manage other properties for other people as well, which I'm so excited about.
So if someone is looking for a property manager, they can reach out to you.
Absolutely.
So Nevical does property management,
yes,
guys. So yes.
Absolutely. So we buy, sell, we'll eventually have broker services.
I love it.
We property manage all of them. And I property manage them myself, actually, because I am very hands-on with every one of my residents. And I want to be the same with other people's residents because those homes that I'm going to manage are going to be like my homes.
Like your babies, customer service. And that's so, I mean, and that's rare and so important. Yeah. It's like to find someone who treats their clients' money or investment like their own.
Exactly.
And that's the way I approach business too.
Right.
It's like that is priceless, you know,
it
because
is.
you give the top service because you know that that's what you would do for your own properties or your own
I am not
tenants.
An absentee owner.
So for our viewers who want to get in touch with you and then want to become part of the Nevical, if they have property that they would like you to property manage or want to work with your brokerage, how do they reach you?
So they can call me, they can email me, they can follow me on Instagram, whatever is easiest for them. So,
and what's your Instagram
My
handle?
Instagram is Stefania.Zaretti.
Okay.
Very Italian, very to the point, and I'm probably the only one on there that's that name too, by the way.
And how do we spell Zaretti?
Zaretti.
I love it. And your email?
My email is stefaniazaretti@gmail.
Okay, fabulous.
And then the funny part though is that my first name is with an F.
Okay.
So I'm Italian, so we don't have PH in our name. So it's not Stephanie, but Stefania.
Stefania, absolutely beautiful.
Why, thank
absolutely
you.
beautiful. And that's Stefania.
That's
correct?
my girl.
Stefania
Exactly.
Zaretti. Gorgeous, bellissima.
Ma grazie.
Prego.
I love it.
So now that my mic is not cooperating.
Yeah, that's all right.
But it's fabulous though.
So
to wrap it up, I love this, and I want everybody to know because you are so multi-talented.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just absolutely adore you.
Thanks.
So you did win X Factor, right?
Oh my gosh.
You were on X Factor, right?
Yeah, so a long time ago, I was actually one of the only women to win X Factor auditions in Las Vegas.
I love it.
Yep, so then from there, I ended up doing all of like the rounds, but the only reason I didn't do it is because I was a little younger at the time. And it was such an incredible experience, let me tell you. But what happened was they put you on a contract for so many years. And I had music in Italy I was doing. I was singing birthday parties and shows. And I had to cancel all of that.
I would imagine they probably are very strict. And then they want to own you, like own your brand.
Totally
own you when you go on that show.
Exactly.
So I think you probably made, I know you made the right decision.
Yeah, so now I do the anthems.
I love it. So can you please give us a little sample of that gorgeous voice to take us out?
Oh, okay. Okay, you're gonna make me nervous. I'm gonna move my chair.
We can't wait.
It's gonna be loud.
I love it.
Okay, this one's my like little signature. Okay. I'm only gonna do a little snippet because I'm nervous.
Okay, well we love you. We're all cheering for you.
Okay. I'm sure everybody's heard of this little guy, but it's called The Power of Love.
Yes.
So I'll just sing the little baby piece.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yes.
Oh, 'cause I'm your lady. And you are my man. Whenever you reach for me, I'll do all that I can. We're heading for something, somewhere I've never been. Sometimes I am frightened, but I'm ready to learn for the power of love.
Oh my God, Matt, like I have chills. Your voice is insane. Oh my gosh, thank you for that.
Of course, thank
you are amazing. Just absolutely talented all around. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. You gotta come back.
Good.
And thank you for tuning in to Always Bet on the House. And I hope you had an incredible experience today and you got to hear this incredible voice and incredible talent in real estate. You can catch us on social on Instagram and YouTube. Always bet on the house. And you should absolutely always bet on this house, Prosperity Palace, almost 17,000 interior square feet, 1.5 acre lot, absolutely gorgeous. And please call Stefania for all your real estate needs. Thank you. We're out. Always bet on the house.
Thank you.
Bye.